Hi, if you've ever spent any amount of time on YouTube surfing and watching videos, you've probably seen a video of a goat that appears to faint. These goats are known as myotonic goats, or more famously, fainting goats. Now, the term fainting goat is actually really misleading because they don't actually faint. What really goes on is there's a stimulus and they respond to that stimulus, and to do this, they're using their skeletal muscles, generally running or something like that. And to run, they have to innervate multiple skeletal muscles, and to do this, they have to generate an electrical impulse known as an action potential. Now, action potentials are highly dependent on the movement of positive and negatively charged ions into and out of muscle fibers, which is simply just a muscle cell. So right here is a diagram of an action potential, and there's two big phases. There's depolarization and repolarization. Depolarization is important for contraction, and it's when you go from a negative potential to a positive potential, and it's because of the flow of positive ions into the muscle fiber. And specifically in these goats, it's potassium that moves in. And during repolarization, it's just the opposite. It's for relaxation, and you go from a positive potential to a negative potential. And this is because of, in the myotonic goats, you have chloride moving into the cell and potassium moving back out. Now, and it's always going to be a negative ion coming in and like the positive one coming out to repolarize the cell. So in myotonic goats, their repolarization phase is highly dependent on chloride channels. They have a gene for this, and there's a substitution in the gene that causes the proteins, the chloride channels, to be less abundant and less effective. Now, obviously, this is going to affect repolarization because less calcium influx is happening, which means that this is going to take longer. As I've drawn on this graph here, this blue dotted line, this is what it would look more like. Repolarization would take much longer. It would honestly be much longer than this. And this is important because they have to relax. They have to go through a contraction relaxation cycle to move. Think about it as if you were walking. If you put one foot down, that foot is contracted. The other foot is relaxed. And then the next leg, it becomes contracted, and the one you just used is relaxed. And you're able to move. In these goats, basically what happens is they'll take that step, or they'll try to run, and every muscle will contract and it won't relax, so they're just like bing, and then they'll lay down. And then it takes them a little bit of time before they can move again, and once they can move again, that's when enough chloride ions have moved back into the cell to repolarize it, causing it to be negative. Thanks.